Hey friends, I'm Vic Harrison and welcome to the first episode of The Branded Startup. This is the place where we talk about how to create a strong, successful, and authentic brand on any budget. Today I want to talk to you about the 3 reasons why I believe that you should be thinking about building a brand and not just a business. You know, we use the word business and brand interchangeably a lot. We say, hey, did you hear she started a cool new brand? And we also say, I'm starting a new business. And sometimes when we say business, we mean brand and vice versa. What I want to propose to you today is that there are actually 2 very different mindsets that you can use to build a company. The business mindset puts money at the center of your company. The business mindset says we've got to look at our profit and loss. We've got to make sure that more money is coming in than going out. And often when we are only thinking with a business mindset, we can start to look at customers like they all have big dollar signs on their heads. And we can often forget to cultivate a strong relationship and a meaningful relationship with our customers. When we think with the brand mindset, on the other hand, what we're thinking about is the customer experience. Now, this is a good time to stop and define the word brand, because for the purpose of this conversation, it's really important that we're on the same page about this. There's an old saying in the marketing world that brand is not what you say it is. Brand is what they say it is. In other words, what your customers perceive and feel about your company is what makes up your brand. So brand is not just your logo, your colors, and your fonts. Those things are important, and of course we'll get to them soon, but those are usually the last steps of your brand. So let's jump in here and talk about these 3 reasons why I believe that building a brand is so much more exciting and fulfilling than simply building a business. Okay, number 1, when you build a brand, the business follows. It doesn't work the other way around. If you are overly focused on making money and you neglect the customer's experience, if you're thinking with the purely business mindset where money is at the center all the time and you're not focusing enough on the brand, on that customer experience and what your customers are feeling when they are doing business with you, that's not going to be long term, that's not going to be great for your business. Your customers don't want to be seen as simply dollar signs. They want to be seen as humans. This is what every great brand understands. When you look at your customers through the spirit of generosity and you're constantly asking yourself, how can I make every step of their experience outstanding? If you say that to yourself, if you ask that every single day, the money will follow. Your customers will continue to come back because you are going above and beyond and you're exceeding their expectations. They'll continue to come back, they'll continue to give you their business, and they will also spread the word about what you're doing to their friends, which is the best kind of marketing. Now, on the other hand, when you simply look at each customer as a financial transaction, that's not going to feel very good, and they're not going to want to set foot in your store or visit your website again. Okay, the second reason it's important to build a brand is because great brands are much less likely to need to worry about the competition. Think about it. If your business is based simply on a transaction, then your customers are looking at your products for how much value can they get for the money. It's pretty simple. They're just like, well, how cheap can you make it and how fast can you get it to me? If you build a brand, on the other hand, and your customers have a deep emotional connection to you, then no matter how many other competitors are out there doing the same thing cheaper, better, and faster than you, your customers are going to stay loyal to your brand. Let's take the classic example of Nike. Nike's customers are loyal, diehard fans. They shop with Nike for all of their sneakers, sports apparel gear, right? And why are they so loyal? Why has Nike figured out how to create these amazing true fans and loyal customers? It is not because they talk about the price point of their sneakers. It's not because they talk about the quality. No, they talk about aspirational emotions. They inspire us to overcome incredible odds. They speak to the human spirit within us all, and that is why we continue to buy Nike products. Number 3 is my all-time favorite reason for why you should build a brand over just a business, and that is because building a brand is a lot more exciting and fun. A lot of you guys know that I helped build a brand called Charity Water with my husband Scott, and it's in our 12th year now. We're super proud of it, and I gotta say, we had so much fun thinking about surprising and interesting ways to connect with our donors. Fun ways to say thank you that were unconventional and different than what anyone has seen before. We had a blast inviting them to events where we could give them interesting, creative, and unique experiences. All of these things were a result of continuing to think with the brand mindset. Think about what a different nonprofit we would have built if all we ever focused on was how to raise as much money as possible. I know a lot of you guys are running nonprofits who are listening to me right now or thinking about starting yours. I would urge you to think with a brand mindset first, to think about how can I create the most exciting and impressive and dynamic experience for the donor, because it may feel counterintuitive, but it will actually result in you raising more money for your cause and helping more people in the long run. Building a brand is also a lot more fun internally, because your team has a lot more fun when they're given the freedom to be creative, as opposed to if everyone on your team is preoccupied with their financial targets. You're going to create a workplace culture that is competitive, not fun, fear-driven, not generous. So those were my 3 reasons for why you should build a brand, not just a business. Now, I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment below and let me know, how do you think about this in your company or in your startup or in your nonprofit? How do you think about brand versus business? Is there a tension there? Let me know in the comments below. All right, that is all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And also, please subscribe to this channel. I will be doing a new video every single week. We're going to be covering topics like why you should articulate your core values and why that is one of the most important steps to creating a clear and strong brand. We're also going to talk about design here. We're going to talk about logos and how to choose a name for your startup or your nonprofit. And we're of course going to talk about your website and how to create your homepage in a way that delivers the most value and results. We're going to be talking about all of that and more in the coming weeks. So please go ahead and subscribe, and I will see you next week.